This video describes how to complete a lesson plan. I will start from the main home screen, clicking the Teachers tab. The top button bar for the Teachers tab has two lessons planned. We'll click the lesson plan for CIK as it's different from the lesson plan for the upper schools. We'll try pre-K, mainly because I have already got one set up, and you'll see the entire year for 2017-18 has been set up, and I have been using this first one as a demonstration. They are set for the week of the year. As you see, it goes through to 52 and it starts over at 1 for next year. They're done by month and by grade. This one has been in draft, and each one's for each Monday starting on September the 4th. So all you do when you start this, by the way, the number of RLAs, meaning required learning areas, is 12. This is the teacher, and I obviously have some little thing underneath the teacher there. It's not working, but I'll fix that. And we start with the setup. Now, the purpose of the setup is just to basically name it and set it up, and set the date in case something's not right. Everything should be fine. The most, I'll just pop that out. Usually it's the teacher that needs to be inserted, and this will provide you with a list of people who are teachers in the system. We'll choose Ms. Stringer for this one, and usually it's the foreign teacher that becomes the person responsible for the lesson plan. So once you've set up the lesson plan and you're satisfied with it, again, it's been set up for you, you then click on the worksheet. The worksheet is quite long. As you can see, it goes down a long way, and we've rebuilt it from last year. We still have got some things we're sort of changing up and working on. Again, it tells you this is the teacher's worksheet, and the button at the top shows you it's the teacher's. It tells you the date, September the 4th to the 8th, the grade, and highlights it in color, and then this is the information that was filled in earlier. And what we have at this point is a left and a right panel. On the left we have the listing of all of the RLAs for this grade, and your option is to choose for this lesson plan. And these are on the right hand side, these are the RLAs to be taught. In this case, you'll see we have chosen 12, and the frequency tells us the number of times this RLA has been chosen. So as the year goes by, you will see that number go up from 0 or 1 right on through, and you can tell how many times. You have about 150 RLAs for each grade. You have about 40 weeks of teaching, so you have to teach 4 new ones each week, but with 5 days you've got to increase it. So we think you should have about 12 to 20, and that's the size of this window. We have seen people put in 99 of these before, and we know you cannot teach 99 RLAs in 1 week. There isn't a teacher alive who can do that. Anyway, you can then, you use the scroll bar here to scroll down. You can use or click on it to jump down. Use the tab to scroll down. You'll see here that 115 is environment. Identify a variety of uses for water. So these are the RLAs you're going to be teach, and they're done by subject. You notice, I'll scroll back up. The alphabetically listed: arts, beaver traits, and beaver traits are also sometimes called personal learning or something of that nature. But for the CIK program, we call them beaver traits. The beaver is the national animal of Canada because it's such an industrious, hardworking animal, and Canada was founded on the trade in beaver hides way back in the 1600s. I'll just scan through these. After beaver hides, we have biology, which is part of science, and chemistry. There are creative arts, English. Bear with me. And then after English, we get into the environment. Lots of information about the environment. Math, of course. Physical education. Science and technology. All the way. So we should be teaching something in each of those subjects each month. Oops, I just flip myself ahead here. Okay, and you can see we've got arts, beaver tails, biology, chemistry, English, math, science. I think we got one for every one there. And this tells you what is in the situation. So you can, during your preparation and design for this, move back and forth, take things out, add, and so on. And you notice this is highlighted telling you that it's actually in this list. So you know which ones are in the list. Now, we have then taken each of the subjects and created a pane for them, if you will, or a screen. So this is, the subject is art, and these are your the RLAs that were chosen in art are listed in here, and this is a spot for a photograph. You can just click your button, and you can go and pick out a photograph. I have someplace. Just put them in. Where's one in here? No, I mean, just how about a peanut butter sandwich? Oh, I'll just take a peanut butter sandwich. Okay. So I'm sure you're not going to show that, but what you're looking for is a photo that represents what you're doing. Well, you can go on the internet, grab something, and basically use your mouse and so on to copy a picture, then come into here and use the paste, and it will take it and paste it in. Okay, and then you can type a caption underneath here, so it has some relevance. This is then the two activities, and you can choose at the different areas around the class that and what sort of, if you're going to have phys ed or something, whatever you're going to do. Plus we have an edit menu. Again, you can add to the list for here, and I just chose circle time and art center, and this is the activity. You all are familiar with this. We have description from last year, so we added two more, the materials, so you can list the materials. Maybe you need crayons or pencils or scissors and stuff, and then you list the process. So you're describing, not to the parent, but to yourself and to your superiors, the principal, what it is, how you're going to do this. And it's the same on both sides. And then on this side, we've got a spot to put a song. You can put the name of the song, for example, Hi Heidi or something, and then you can type down in here. It would be www. blah 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 blah, and it produces a link for which can, and the same with the audio. It's if you have an audio clip, and over here we have for the story and for digital for the art. So you can have one of 4 choices for those, and they will then be put in the email that goes to the parents, so the parents can click the links and get access to them. Now here's the second one: beaver traits, creative arts, English, math, and you see each one has got physical education. You just got one little thing here, kick a ball. Well, maybe you want to kick a ball and do 5 or 6 things with the physical education for the period of time, and that's quite fine. That's no problem. And technology, and down here we left, the last thing was the projects. So if we have weekly projects, again, the project name, and this is place to put a photograph: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday projects. And the same thing here, we have notes for the projects, and then we have the links for songs and so on. And lastly, we have vocabulary, so we can take a word, and any word like balloon, and we can type in a definition if we want, and then we can take in a picture. So this information will then go to the parents, who can work with their children, and you may even put in balloon, and you might then also put in the Vietnamese word. I'll just put it in quotations because I do not know what a Vietnamese word, but put in the Vietnamese word for balloon, which helps the parent understand that that's balloon, and they can learn with the child. So we have room here for, I think it is 8 words for the for the vocabulary for each week. So that in a nutshell is how you proceed. Then when you're finished here, you can use the PDF to send this to your principal for review. And when you're prepared to send to the parents, you click on the parents view, which brings up a slightly different version. It does not have the RLAs at the top. It has the RLAs listed in here, and it has all the vocabulary and everything. And when you click on this, it will then send the PDF to the parents of that grade. So if we have 2 grades of PK, it's grade oriented, not class oriented, and that's pretty well. It's getting simpler and easier, but more expensive now. And I would appreciate feedback from you if we could get it on that, and so we can upgrade or help and so on. Okay.